Hey y'all, welcome to a Saturday Suds on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. Y'all, I finally got another dadgum brew in from my brew club. During the hot months, a lot of times they'll pause and ship a little bit later on. So I didn't get a shipment in July or August because of the heat. So I finally got one in towards the end of September. And what we're going to review today is a Shipyard Export Golden Ale. The original Shipyard Ale. Alright, so this stuff is brewed and bottled by the Shipyard Brewing Company in Portland, Maine. And I actually have reviewed a couple of these beers before, Shipyard brews that I got last year in my beer club. Last year's brew was an Export American Golden Ale. It was a 5.1% alcohol by volume. This one just says Export Golden Ale, the original Shipyard Ale. It didn't say that on the other one, and the bottle looks a little bit different too. And I will post a link to that video at the end of this one, so you can go back and watch it if you care to. Anyway, the Shipyard Brewing Company, I've got a little information on them. They're a family-owned brewery. They have award-winning beer. It's handcrafted using only top quality ingredients and all that kind of stuff. Back in 1992, Alan Pugsley and Fred Forsley started Federal Jack's Restaurant and Pub. And 2 years later, they developed the Shipyard Brewing Company. Alright, located in Portland. It's the largest craft brewery in Maine. This brew today, the Export Ale, is the flagship ale, was engineered based on English tradition and is brewed with the finest ingredients sourced whenever possible from local Maine farmers. An American Golden Ale, it offers hints of malty sweetness, distinctive hop aromas, finishing clean and crisp, refreshing to almost any palate. A classic brew which continues to lead the way as a drinkable, well-balanced, and flavorful ale. So this is actually the same brew that I reviewed last year. It doesn't call it an American Golden Ale on the label here. It did on last year's version. And the bottle, the label is a little bit different from the one I had last year, but it's the same brew. Alright, so this is going to be a revisit, whatever. Anyway, it seems like I enjoyed it last year. I can't even remember. It seemed like I enjoyed it. Anyway, I've enjoyed most of my beer club brews if they weren't expired. But this one has got a cool crown on it. I will show you this crown when I get it popped off here. On a Saturday Suds, Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. We're going to try this Shipyard Export. And it's got a ship on the crown there. Y'all can see that. Pretty cool crown. And I keep these bottle caps, y'all. I just think they're neat. Some of them are unique, some of them are whatever. But I keep them anyway. Alright, so let's see what we got here. It's beautiful and golden, just like it said. Nice head. I see just a touch of haze in it. But man, that's a beautiful gold color. And see, dadgummit, it's a beautiful day today, y'all. The wind's a little bit rowdy, but because it's so bright, my gazebo is a good shady place, but it's almost too shady. I mean, the lighting is, I can't really see myself in the camera, and can't really tell if y'all can tell how beautiful and gold that beer is. I'm trying to put it where I ain't got no background, but it's just a beautiful color on that thing. Nice head. And it doesn't smell like a typical domestic beer. It's got some aroma coming off of it, and what I'm getting is like almost a yeasty type aroma. But look at that head just linger there. I mean, not dissipating at all like a domestic beer would. But man, it is a beautiful golden ale, that's for sure. Pretty color. Mmm. Mmm. That head's good. It's got it's got when you first take a sip of that head, you get a slurp of that head, get that foam in your mouth. It's got a bitterness to it that's not that's very pleasant to me, because I like bitterness in beer. But it's not so bitter where, you know, it's just like, oh, we'll spit it out and, you know, make your lips pucker up and all that kind of stuff. It's not bitter like that. It's just got a nice, pleasant bitterness to it when you hit that head there. Ain't nothing down the bottom of it anyway. All right. Shipyard Golden Ale. And I'll have to go back and rewatch my video where I reviewed this last year just to check it out. But anyway, that is a beautiful brew, nice lingering head. I mean, that head's just hanging in there, man. That's awesome. Love it when a beer does that. Got that bitterness in the head. That's delicious. So anyway, this Shipyard Export Golden Ale at a 5.1% alcohol by volume is for all American workers. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do day in and day out to provide for yourselves and your families, pay your own way, and support our economy. Cheers, brothers and sisters. I'm not getting the bitterness in the body that I was in the head. It might just have just a little tinge of bitterness in the finish, but for the most part, I don't know. It's good, but it's not your typical ale. To me, it doesn't have a typical taste to it. It's a little bit different. It's not bad. It's different though. It's got a crispness to it, but not hardly as crisp as one of your domestic beers. It's got a medium heavy mouthfeel. All right, so it's just not delicious. I got to put it that way. It's okay, it's decent, but it's not delicious to me. And of course, you know, I can't trust my brew club to send me fresh beer anymore. And this one does not have a date anywhere on the bottle, any kind of code date or anything. So, you know, freshness has a lot to do with it, but I don't know if this is as fresh as it should be. It's got nothing. It doesn't have anything. But, I mean, you know, it's a decent brew. It's just not delicious. I would grade this one, I'd probably grade this one a B. Just because it doesn't really have that pop. Doesn't really have the pop that says, man, you want to drink more of this. It's okay. It's just not outstanding or delicious or anything like that. It's drinkable. I can't really pinpoint the flavor I'm getting, other than just a hint of bitterness in the finish. What I'm getting in the brew itself is mildly carbonated. I don't know. I can't pinpoint. I'll just say it's an okay beer. Anyway, that's been a Saturday Suds this week, y'all. I'll be back next week, so y'all stay tuned. Take care. Cheers.